Before starting this video, let me tell you that if you want to make money and if you want to make a lot of money, I have a Skillshare link to my affiliate marketing masterclass for this new year, 2019. So if you want to check that out, you can click the link in the description and you will have 2 months for free on Skillshare if you use my link, only my link, right? So make money, go to my affiliate marketing class and everything will be great. So let's start with the video because this is a very interesting video. Hello guys, what's going on? I know I haven't uploaded a video in quite a while, but I've just been doing my own stuff. I've been studying a little bit in college. I've been, building my own things, so I didn't had a lot of time to upload videos, but right now I do. I bought a new microphone, I bought some new lights, I have my own studio right now. Let me get my camera a little bit straight. So what's happening, all right? I want to talk about this that I've been really thinking about lately, especially with the 2018 elections. Is Texas, and as a former Texas citizen, I guess, well, not citizen, but resident, is Texas turning blue? Purple, blue. What's happening in Texas? Because think about this: Texas is the largest Republican state, all right? If us Republicans, if us conservatives lose Texas, that's almost 40 electoral votes. By the 2020 census, it's predicted that Texas will have 40 electoral votes. I think. Yeah, I think it will have 40 electoral votes, which is a lot of votes. And if we lose those, we're done. All right, we are fucked in the ass. So it's very important for us to take into account that we need Texas as a conservative state, and I think it's a fact that Texas demographics are changing. All right, there are a lot more Hispanics, a lot more Latinos, and just this change is actually happening. So, is Texas turning blue, and what can we do to prevent it, and what happens if Texas turns blue? So, in theory, yes, Texas is turning blue. Every year, every election, Texans are voting more Democrat. Why is it? Is it because of the demographics? Not really. Not really. Now, yes, Latinos and Hispanics tend to vote blue, all right? About nationwide, 70% for the Democrats, 30 or 25% for the Republicans. So as you can see, there's a lot of disparity there. But remember, that's a nationwide average. A Hispanic on Washington is not gonna vote the same as a Hispanic on Louisiana. All right, they vote completely different, and that's the case in Texas. Let's compare the big Latino states, California and Texas. Latinos in California vote about 75% Democrat, which is even higher than the national average. But, and here's the tricky part: Latinos in Texas vote about between 55 and 65% Republican. All right, so that's significantly lower than not only the national average, but than the result like in states like California. So that means that Hispanics and Latinos in Texas are more conservative than Latinos in other parts of the country, which is kind of obvious, For some reason here, for example, in Texas, Latinos are more religious, and in policy they are a lot more conservative. If you talk to to Latinos on the street, they are rather support conservative policies. But why is it that Latinos keep voting Democrat? Because of that one issue, and that one issue is immigration. Republicans could be a lot more popular amongst Latinos. And I actually would go out and say that they could be the majority party for Latinos if it wasn't for that single issue, which is immigration. All right. Now, don't get me wrong. At least me, I support an immigration reform. I want a secure border. I don't want more immigrants pouring into the border because that hurts me. I don't want a bunch of cheap labor, and I don't want people that don't speak English, that don't want to get used to this beautiful culture that I simply love, and I'm in love with this country. A lot of people don't want to do that, I know my people, and I know that the last thing they want to do is adapt to the American culture, all right? That's the last thing they want to do. And I know it. I just know it. Since the day I was born, people in Mexico are not very favorable about the American culture. They don't even believe American culture exists in the first place. So I don't want that. I want, I escaped Mexico. I don't want America to be transformed into Mexico. So that's what I believe. But unfortunately, a lot of Mexicans and Hispanics and Latinos in general are very sensitive with the immigration subject. All right, they are very sensitive because they are immigrant themselves, or they are first generation or second generation immigrants. So it's kind of understandable that they might be offended with Donald Trump's comments. Donald Trump's comments on immigration. To be honest, let's be honest, weren't the best, calling some countries shithole countries, calling illegal Mexicans rapists, and even though he was talking about the illegals, that's what a lot of people don't understand, but still he used the word rapist, and he just said they're not good people, or they're not sending good people, which obviously, rubs some feathers among Latinos. So that's why Latinos, believe it or not, the immigration subject is why Latinos don't vote more red. That's why Latinos vote more of blue. Because imagine having a group of people, in this case the Republicans, and I'm sorry conservatives, I'm one of you, but imagine one group of people saying, we don't want you here, if it were for us, you wouldn't be here in this country. And then having another group of people, in this case the Democrats, saying, oh yeah, fuck yeah, we welcome you, we want open borders, blah, blah. Who do you think they're gonna support? The people who don't want them in the first place? Or the people who, want them and the family members? Even if they agree with this group of people, if they don't want them here, they're gonna go with this one. That's why they go blue. All right. If people can say otherwise, but that's the simple truth. I'm a Latino. Like, I have it in my blood. I know what's up, bro. And that's why Latinos vote. Fuck, man, it's getting hot in here. That's why Latinos vote blue. So we need to consider how to change that. All right. And the only thing, a lot of people say, oh, Texas in 2020 is going to go purple, if not blue. That's not true. A lot of people say, oh, yeah, Beto O'Rourke only lost in Texas by like 3%. You need to take into account that 3%, it's still, kind of significant in a big state like Texas, and that Ted Cruz is extremely unpopular. Think about this. He's a Cuban. He's a Cuban Hispanic on a majority Mexican Hispanic state. So let's start with that. And again, he's not that popular in Texas, right? Let's go to the governor's race. Greg Abbott, I think that's his name, Greg Abbott, I don't give a shit. But Greg Abbott won the governorship in Texas to Lupe Valdez by like 12%, more than 1 million votes. More than 1 million votes, So that, okay, 20%. Donald Trump won the state back in 2016 with 8%. So what happened? Did Texas become more Republican? No, it was a very bad candidate in the face of Ted Cruz, and a very not good candidate, because I don't support him, but Obama-like candidate. We know how Obama is. So how we can fix this phenomenon? So we've cleared all those things away, all right? We know that Texas. Plus, if you look at the statistics, Hispanics in California and Hispanics in Texas made about the same number. I think it's 38% of the state's population, all right? So about the same percentage. If demographics was the only factor, they should vote the same way. But, Donald Trump lost in California by like 16% or something crazy like that. And he won in Texas by 8%. So there's like a 25% disparity. That's a lot. All right? So that means that Hispanics don't vote the same way in California that they do in Texas. So we can keep Texas red. Yes, we can keep Texas red forever. But we need a quick change. And that change is we need to start appealing, like it or not, we need to start to appeal to Latinos and Hispanics. All right? The truth is, Donald Trump is not that candidate. Donald Trump will never appeal to Hispanic. And if I'm being honest, and this is not my opinion, this is the opinion of other Latinos that I've talked to or that are in my close circle. Trump not only hurt his own name with Latinos, but it hurt the entire Republican Party's name. All right? A lot of Latinos, especially the young ones, imagine growing up with this guy that said your parents are rapists. Do you think when you're in an age to vote, you're gonna vote for the red ones, or for the blue ones? You see, so Donald Trump has done a damage in that regard to the Republican Party. So we need to change that. We need a candidate that can appeal to Latinos. That's it. Maybe being a little bit more comprehensive on immigration, maybe not using names when talking about Mexicans. I don't know what's the solution, but I do know that we need to appeal to Latinos, and we need to do it now, because if not, we're going to lose Florida, we're going to lose Texas, and we'll never have a Republican president ever again. My name is George. If you like this video, please subscribe,